Good night. Good morning, people of God. I just woke up, so I just woke up, baby. And it's 2 a.m. Well, actually, I've been up for a few hours reading and then, um, you know, just thinking about some things. People of God, what I realize is the greater your light shines, the more it exposes the level of envy some folk are carrying for you. And what I realize is, you see, when you are in your own lane and you just doing your own thing, your light, it shines and it shines bright. And the more and more you grow and grow and grow, that light gets brighter and brighter because more people see it. And those who have, see, some of you may have been in a place at one point in your life where you were just in a wilderness, hidden off. Could have been for several years, right? And you were just tucked away. And while you were tucked away, there have been folk who circulated your name, had your name just circulating, just circulating, just circulating. And then when you came out of that wilderness, you ain't know your name was circulating for evil. Your name was just painted black. When you came out of that wilderness, you doing your own thing, right? And then some folks started seeing you. They started seeing you. They started seeing your light. And it didn't match what was circulating on your name. So then people became confused and perplexed. And they go back to the ones who were circulating your name. And then they come up with some lies to go on top of the lies they already told about you to make it stick. All this unbeknownst to you. And then you just keep doing your thing. You just keep doing good. God keep blessing you. Then them folk they circulate your name till they see what you, the more you live and the more your light shine, you outliving them lies folk done told on your name. So now you making them who circulate your name look like the fool, because then the way you living and in your life is the opposite of what folk have seen that they painted you. And the more you live, I did a video about that. Some folk mad at you because you're outliving their lies. And the more you grow, you're going to see that they're going to be folk who see your light. And you may not know the depth of what has been planted or said about you in secret. But I'm going to tell you something. See, when you have a discerning ear, you can pick up on it. You can feel it as time go by and by. The more you live and the greater your light shine, the more them folk are exposed for their lies. And some folk go back to question them. What happens is they ain't gonna keep being able to keep up with them lies they told on you. And some folk, their envy gets exposed, the envy in them. The real reason why they treat you the way, or they have treated you the way they treated you. The real reason why they decided to put their mouth on you when they should have been blessing you, but they spent time cursing you, is going to be exposed because they carry an envy inside of their hearts for you. And see, they're going to have to, it's going to get so a point where, see, what David said, thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. So see, it get from them ignoring you intentionally, probably telling everybody to ignore you as if you needed their recognition or acknowledgement to succeed. So now God has elevated you without all of that. Some folk intentionally wanted to ignore you. Some folk in your own family, some folk intentionally told people to ignore you. And then as God elevates you in the spirit, as God continues to elevate you, you will notice they have to try hard to pretend like they don't see you. Because see, the more you grow in Christ, the greater your light is going to shine. The greater your name is going to become. Not that you're trying to make a name for yourself. So they're going to have to intentionally act like they don't see you. But trust me, they see you. And they know that they are embarrassed for how great they've put their name, for how great they've put, how much they've circulated your name for evil. And this was all unbeknownst to some of you. This was all unbeknownst to you. But I want you to know something. It's not even about really you. Let me tell you why. It's not about you because, as it is written, if you were of the world would love you. But because I have chosen you out of the world, see, you bear the name of Christ. You carry his mark. Therefore, the world will hate you because it first hated me. Who is me? Christ. So really, all of that, it goes to show you that you were chosen to be the one to be raised up, to represent the kingdom of heaven, to represent Christ. And it's really not really personally about you. It's about those hidden and silent enemies. It's about those hidden and silent enemies that have been on your lineage for many, many years. And see, those who have allowed those hidden silent enemies to continue and carry on their traditions, they are opposed to you. And they have been opposed to you ever since it started. See, it always starts from an older lineage. They've been opposed to you ever since they made the choice to go left or right. And if they didn't make the choice to do the right thing, then those spirits align with their soul. Household enemies, generational curses, carrying on traditions of negative family patterns. You chose the opposite way. So therefore, you may not reason the same way. You may not think the same way. You may not love the same way. You may not choose to go in the same direction. You get what I'm saying? It's evident that you're a generational curse breaker. Study the things, study the patterns. And the people who have opposed you, it already shows you who the enemy is using. The people who have circulated your name for evil is not going to always start out on the outside. Look on the inside of the bloodline. They hide their hands, but it always starts out on the inside of the bloodline. And you can tell which spirits are there just by going back to the beginning and tracing the patterns. It's easy to identify household enemies. And so when you identify these things, you in fact have to come out from amongst them in order to continue on and not let your assignment, your destiny be perverted, your life be cut short. You have to separate. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I want to share.